What's up guys, welcome back. Banlist Prediction video. It's, I can say, I think, yeah, it's that time of year again where, you know, after like a couple of months, couple of weeks, well, rather a couple of months into the new format, let's take a look at our current meta game and, like, speculate which cards are, you know, the current most powerful cards that might deserve some kind of limits or, you know, maybe a ban on the possible upcoming ban list for the TCG, that is. Again, we don't know when we are getting our TCG list. That's, I think, one of the biggest, well, letdowns here for us TCG players, that we don't have a ban list. We know why, we know Konami gave the explanation, but still, it makes a lot easier, at least it makes things a lot more easy, right? Anyway, again, first of all, these are my thoughts about the possible upcoming TCG ban list. January, it might be February, we don't know, right? But again, my thoughts, so if it's perfectly fine if you're not agreeing to the things said here in this video. Everyone has their own opinions, so again, feel free to leave that down below. Without further ado, first of all, the banned cards. The list here is in front of me. I gave it like a thought, a couple of days, like putting cards on it, of it. Again, I have 4 cards here on this particular list here. First of all, one of the most, I believe, controversial cards from, at least for me and my channel at least, it's Grinder Golem. Grinder Golem, you know, well, there's some negative feedback within the community. Personally, I'm for Grinder Golem. Again, it's one of those generic link spamish cards that, you know, Konami definitely knows well, that, you know, you can like spam your field full of like double Firewall Dragon or Firewall Dragon and the Skull Deed, for example, the Drago Serpent, you know, getting 4 draws, etc, etc, or maybe go for Firewall Dragon and Curious, the Light Sworn Link monster. I mean, you have so many plays you can pump out thanks to Grinder Golem. Currently in the OCG, it's at 2. They do have Security Dragon, and we don't know if you're getting Security Dragon in a TCG, but probably we will eventually. So currently on this particular, you know, speculation list, Grinder Golem is at 0, but again in the OCG is at 2. It's still playable over there. This is maybe like preemptively hitting the grinder, but for us TCG players, if we would be getting our list soon, Grinder, nah, probably not. They will leave it at 3, maybe put it to 2, you know, still make it playable. At 1, nobody's going to main deck it, right? Especially the fact that you need to dedicate a lot of extra deck space. Maybe, but still a Grinder Golem at a 0. Anyway, Maxi, second card here on the list, is also a card that currently in the TCG is at 1. In the OCG they put it recently at 3 with their most recent list. Again, it's like a big controversial card here, Maxi. Maybe a lot of people are saying it should be like a 0, or at least at a 0. Some people say it should be at 3, so like a 0 or 3 card. Personally, like from, you know, hearing all the deck profiles at least all the players at doing these deck profiles at like YCS's European Championship, like everyone, I play one Maxi, this card should be banned. Like, it's, from what I hear, that's like the most common opinion about this, and I pretty much agree, right? It's such a disgusting, powerful hand trap. Yeah, speaking about hand traps, I'll come back to that in a few moments. Third card, Level Eater. It's not really that big of a problem in the current format yet. Again, you're getting more link monsters, it will just be a matter of time. This card, well, it's heavily abusable now in like any high level deck, let's say Infernoids, Blue Eyes, just to name a few, thanks to Link Karibo. But again, it will just be a matter of time that this card will become like a huge problem. So again, pretty much preemptively, like in the OCG with Dark Synchro. The last card I have on the list here is like also same as Grinder Golem, Brilliant Fusion. It has been on my list, well, not Brilliant Fusion, but Gem Knight Seraphinite has been on my list past couple of, you know, prediction, quote-unquote prediction videos, but now as seeing what Gem Knights can do, you know, that super consistent FTK, you might want to hit like the fusion instead, the Lazuli fusion, to, you know, hit the FTK. I think that should be enough, right, to hit the FTK, but still, the one card Brilliant Fusion Shenanigans in link format is is very disgusting, right? With the Predator Plant Engine, Surging, Brilliant Fusion, etc, etc. Trick Clown, if you want to main deck it, that's already 4 cards, right, on your side of the field, so that's like a 1-card Skull Deed you can instantly go for. Maybe even Borealo Dragon, like a 1-card Borealo Dragon. I'm not really sure about Brilliant Fusion, guys. Will they touch it? Probably not. But again, it's like a card that eventually it might get hit. Anyway, the cards that might go to 1 soon for us TCG players. Spirals are currently the best deck in the TCG, quickly followed, you know, by Magicians, etc. But, you know, following the OCG, Spiral Resort, the field spell, it's just following the OCG, and I had a glimpse of the OCG metagame. It's very diverse over there, but again, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, at least from what I saw last week and yeah, past couple of days, is that Pendulum Magicians are currently the strongest deck in the OCG. Again, my apologies if I'm mistaken, but again, you know, the heavy metal foe Electromite, I believe the TCG name is, you know, that card is such a disgusting card in Pendulum Magicians, so that's definitely one of the biggest reasons why Pendulum Magicians is so strong over there, and soon that card will hit the TCG as well. So Spiral Resort, again hitting spirals, Master Plan banning. Yeah, that's definitely possible. That might be possible for us TCG players. You know, you don't really know what TCG Konami is going to do. Next I have at 1 is Cyframe Lord Omega, just following the OCG, right? Again, Pendulum Magicians can special summon this multiple times, zombies as well, right, with Triple Mizuki. Yeah, it's just Omega at 1, Link format. I don't need to explain this one, right? Next card, Trickster Reincarnation, again, just following the OCG. Tricksters definitely, this might actually be the strongest deck in the OCG. Again, I might be wrong, both Pendulum Magicians and Tricksters, even though Tricksters only have 1 copy of Reincarnation in the OCG. Hopefully Reincarnation at 1 in the TCG as well, again, just to hit that 2 cards combo with Draw and Lockbird. Well, give it, at least make it a little more inconsistent, right? Since again, it's if you get Draw and Lockbird and you know they follow it up with Reincarnation, that's so not fun to play against. Another card here on this list going to 1 is Firewall Dragon. Again, this card is in like pretty much every FT game. Multiple Firewall Dragons are involved. Grinder Golem again possibly going to 0 might help as well, but you know, it's just a matter of time that Firewall will eventually get hit on the ban list. Probably not banned. Shouldn't be banned, right? Just at 1, I believe that's perfectly fine. Next card, Scapegoat. Oh man, early Link format, I heavily liked this card, but it's going to be, it's getting more annoying over the time. It's like, it's super staple in a lot of decks actually, Trickster for example, but you know, more decks as well, because like a 1 card, 4 tokens, Borealo Dragon, I mean, what needs to be said about this card, right? Scapegoat at 1 in Link format, that personally I think this should definitely be happening. Cards that might go to 2, I only have 1 card, right? But again, I might just miss a couple of cards. More cards can definitely come off of the list, or might, you know, put to 2, right? The 1-off card here is Terraforming. It's just the strength of field spells. It has been, you know, rising throughout the years. Cosmo Town, for example, Spiral Resort, the ABC field spell, Union Hanger, etc, etc. It's just hitting the consistency again, maybe slowing down the format, since, you know, in current TCG, or at least current Yu-Gi-Oh, is like, you know, vomit your whole hand onto the field, establish your big board, and hopefully your opponent can't overcome it. Well, maybe like one of those solutions is, well, outside the fact that, you know, card design might be a solution for that, is just hit the consistency a little bit, and maybe Terraforming following the OCG as well, where Terraforming, not really sure, is Terraforming at 1, I believe. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Cards that might go to 3. Grand Soil currently is banned in the TCG, right, but it's at 3, I believe, in the OCG with its errata. So again, just give Grand Soil the errata, and we can eventually, you know, play it in the elemental, the elemental saber deck, right? So Grand Soil to 3 with the errata. That is Trap, Infecting Virus, Brain Control. You know, the list goes on, right, of cards that are currently on our ban list, and like the Insector cards as well. Cards that are currently on our ban list that we are at least asking ourselves, why are these cards still on the list, right? Trap, Infecting Virus, Brain Control, like with that errata, just nuked the card. So like the list can go on and on, but again, yeah. Whatever, right? Konami, TCG Konami. Honorable mentions. First of all, the hand traps. This is like a huge debate within the community, right? Hand traps. And I believe, well, Maxi 1, 2, 3 Maxi, but I believe the biggest hand trap currently in the game, next to, you know, Drawn, Lugbird, Ghost Ogre, is Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom, I see people commenting, man, Ash Blossom should be banned. Personally, I don't think that should happen, but Ash Blossom, from all the hand traps currently in the game, not including Maxi, Ash Blossom, knowing how maybe TCG Konami works, Ash Blossom might get hit. Again, I'm not saying it should get a hit, like any form of hit, maybe to 2, maybe to 1. Personally, just leave it at 3, but again, it might happen, guys, it might happen. And then, yeah, the archetypes, the older archetypes, as we saw in the OCG, like a lot of the older archetypes getting cards back, like, for example, again, Pendulum Magicians, you know, with maybe the Graph, Pendulum Graph trap cards might get hit for, you know, the ban list, since again, it's super strong with the, at least with the Metal Foe, Link Monster, Joker, maybe, Wavering Eyes, maybe. Well, those cards might get hit, but again, probably not. You know, they still have to sell their upcoming TCG set. The Shadow card, Shadow Construct, nope, that's definitely not going to happen, even though, you know, we are getting that link, at least we don't know yet, but, you know, eventually we will be getting the Shadow Link Monster. Same for the BA Link Monster, like the TCG getting back a couple of cards like Graph and Seer. I believe BA is pretty much the full force in the OCG, bar, I believe, Dante. Dante is at 2, but for the rest, they have everything at 3, right? So again, give it time, we might get back like a Graph and a Seer. Maybe not Seer, but Graph, that might be the case. Cleavefort as well, Ritual Beasts, Necros as well, but the list can go on again, right, of the older archetypes getting back those cards. So that's it, at least for this particular list. Again, these are just my thoughts about the possible upcoming ban list. It's perfectly fine that you have your own opinions, but again, like always, feel free to leave them down below. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.